Hello. I can see through my glasses. Can you put on a pair of glasses? Let's put them down. I got a book. Put your hands together. You can make a book too. And then you can open it. Ooh. Oh my goodness! There's a pink snake in there! Shut that book! Let's go again, okay? Open it slow. Here we go. Ooh. Oh my goodness! There's a purple dinosaur in there! Shut that book! These are my glasses. This is my book. I put on my glasses and open up the book. Now I read, 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 and I look, look, look. I put down my glasses and close up the book. These are my glasses. This is my book. I put on my glasses and open up the book. Now I read, 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 and I look, look, look. I put down my glasses and close up the book. Last time. These are my glasses. This is my book. I put on my glasses and open up the book. Now I read, 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 and I look, look, look. I put down my glasses and close up the book. Nice job. All right, preschoolers, let's take a look at our book. What do we see here? We see a kiddo, and we can see leaves. Maybe these are seeds. There's some flowers. Let's get out reading finger and we can point and read the title of our story. Noah chases the wind. Let's have reading finger jump down here. It says written by. This person's the author. Let's read their name. Michelle Worthington. And then over here it says illustrated by. Remember, that's the person who paints the pictures. Joseph Cowman. Let's open up our book. Ooh. Title page. One more time, let's read the title of our story. Noah chases the wind. The story's about the wind. Turn that page. Noah knew he was different. He could see things that others couldn't, like the patterns in the dust that floated down on sunbeams. Turn that page. He could smell the green tang of the ants in the grass. See this itty bitty ant? Ooh, that ant looks big. Turn that page. He could feel when a big storm was coming before the leaves on the trees even started to tremble. He could feel it. Turn that page. Noah liked to find out how things worked, where they came from, and where they went. When he couldn't understand, it hurt his head and his heart. Noah looks like he's an investigator. Turn that page. His room was overflowing with books of every shape and size on every subject he could imagine. Noah loved books more than he loved toys. His favorite books were about science, especially the weather. They taught him why rain clouds looked so angry, why the air buzzed before lightning struck, and why his skin turned darker in the summer sun. Turn that page. Yet, Search as he might, none of his books could tell him what he really wanted to know. No one knew where the wind came from, but where did the wind go? Turn that page. His mother was usually more helpful than his books, but she didn't know either. Why don't you try finding the answer for yourself, she said. Noah sat quietly with his back to the trunk of the biggest tree and waited for the wind to come. So here's Noah's mama. And Noah's waiting for the wind. Turn that page. Before the leaves on the trees even started to tremble, Noah felt a stirring deep inside. He stood, his face to the sky, and felt the whooshing wind build and blow his hair into his eyes. Noah took a deep breath. He was ready to chase the wind. Noah is ready. Turn that page. He followed the wind as it whistled down his street, bustling around the buses and cars, bicycles, and whipping wrappers from the gutter. Ooh. You guys see the wind? Wow. Turn that page. He chased the wind as it glided over fountains, under bridges, and between people on the sidewalk. Turn that page. He raced the wind as it picked up speed, building with the breeze from the beach and the heat from the highway, growing into a gale that lifted Noah off his feet. Oh my gosh, that must have been a very, very strong wind. Will the wind here lift you off your feet? No, not that strong. Not that strong. Turn that page. Each stream of air became a different color, and Noah was lifted high above the clouds. He floated on blue, billowing breeze as the wind whirled and twirled around him in a never-ending ribbon of rainbow. The wind never stopped moving for a second. So do you guys think that this part of our story is real, or do you think that Noah maybe is playing pretend here? I think you're right. I think he's playing pretend. It looks very fun, doesn't it? Turn that page. Until eventually, slowly, the blue breeze sank to the ground, and Noah could feel the familiar grass underneath his feet. With a brush of Noah's cheek for goodbye, the wind was gone. Noah sat still until the sun sank below the tops of the trees, and his mother called him to come in for dinner. Turn that page. Where have you been? She asked. Noah gave her one of his most loving smiles and said, I know where the wind goes. Turn that page. That's the end. That's the end, preschoolers. Can you shut that book? So where did Noah find out that the wind went? He got to imagine all the places the wind goes near his home and in his city. And then he knew that the wind would always come back to his home someday too. Thank you for listening. All right, preschoolers, let's stand up so we can sing goodbye. It's time to say goodbye now. It's time to say goodbye. say goodbye. Blow a little kiss. It's time to say goodbye.